So, it's been a while. How has everyone's 2020 been going? Mine's been pretty... Well, anyways, I got a new computer. Old one is getting up there in years, and this new one is capable of running Adobe Premiere at speeds other than dying salted snail. So that should help with making videos and playing upcoming video games. I think it'll be a pretty good change for me, you know, on a personal and professional level, and more importantly, it'll allow me to upload videos at rates faster than once every 5 months. To commemorate this wonderful new life change, I've decided to review one of my favorite video games of all time, the 2005 Double Fine platforming collectathon known only as... Psychonauts! Anyone claims that I decided to review this video game way back in July, but failed to do so due to a combination of computer problems and my own personal laziness is a goddamn liar and should be ignored while I hit them in the head with a stick. Welcome to Psychonauts. In Psychonauts, you play as 10-year-old psychic protege Rasputin Aquato, circus brat and snarky dork. Raz, as he is known, has the full and grandiose powers of the human mind at his disposal, and also acrobat training. He's run away from his Romani circus family because he feels like his dad hates him, and has managed to find his way to the Whispering Rock Summer Camp, a government-sponsored training facility that's so secretive and so important that he learned about it from reading a goddamn flyer. Raz crashes the opening ceremonies for this year's training and declares his intention to learn and study all he can from the teachers and experts who reside there, in the hopes of one day becoming a member of the vaunted order of international psychic super agents who keep the world entire from falling to destructions at the hands of supervillainy and madness. The Psychonauts! So naturally, the camp folk call his dad first chance to get, and Raz's papa's coming around to pick him up pretty shortly. Who could have guessed the government-sponsored psychic summer camp wasn't too keen on unexpected drop-ins? Everyone! Shut up, Billy. No one likes people who answer rhetorical questions. Now Raz has to try his best to get all the camp badges and their associated training before his family shows up to drag him away and forever kills his dream of becoming an international psychic super agent. Of course, then Raz discovers, spoiler warning, there be spoilers from here on out, that a deranged dentist is using super sneezing pepper to steal the brains of the camp's children in the hopes of getting them to power a series of psychic death tanks before which the world will fall? Only Raz, armed with his wits, his slice of bacon, and his incredible superpowers, has any chance of stopping the dastardly plot before it's too late. Yeah, in case you couldn't tell, the game is pretty comedic, and more than a little irreverent in tone.
Are you ready?
No, not yet.
How about now?
But that just makes it better.
No.
It works with the cartoony art style to make a cartoony world. One where the year is all the years after World War II combined, and giant lungfish steal psychic children away from beaches with bait made from plastic flowers. And it's not like the game doesn't have good writing chops. A comedically deranged plot filled with ham and cheese abounds, but the characters and levels are where the writing shines. For the former, well, everyone is uniquely written, uniquely voiced, and overall uniquely memorable. Nobody is a background forgettable here, not in Psychonauts! As for the levels, oh my, the levels. You see, Rasputin, at various points in the game, enters the minds of multiple different characters via means of a tiny portable door. Each mental level is filled to the brim with creativity on display, as is justifiable for a representational world of a human brain. From the Rubik's Cube level that reveals itself to be containing a great deal of baggage for the overly stoic super spies, Sasha 9, to the bright and preppy world of the disco-flavored Milla Vordello, where everything is cheerful and colorful to the max, with no sadness whatsoever anywhere. And those are the brains of the sane people. The stage of swapping sets for the bipolar White Dwarf Starlet, the streets filled with rampaging bull for their Hispanic wrestler, the large and fascinating level of Waterloo World for the man with split personality, which lets you kick the absolute doozy out of the French as they deserve, and of course every reviewer's contractual favorite level, the mind of Boyd the security guard, a schizophrenic paranoiac who's obsessed with the truth. The world of his mind is a broken and shattered one, a funhouse mirror version of 1950s suburban Americana and populated with Steve Blum-voiced secret agents using the most ludicrous disguises known to man. Pro tip, for the real world, you can't disguise yourself as a sewage worker just by carting around a plunger. You also need a union card. Yes, these levels are quite fascinating and creative indeed, and well worth buying the game to play and look at for yourself. Of course, if you're watching this video, it's deeply unlikely that you're about to go do that. You're either A, someone I know who I've corralled into watching this, or B, someone who came to this video looking for some good old-fashioned confirmation bias. But to the astronomically rare possibility of that poor sucker who stumbles across this video having never played this game, I say unto thee, buy it! Come on, man, it's $9.99 on Steam. What you gonna spend those $10 on anyways, huh? The gameplay? Pretty good. Like I said, it's a platforming game from the early 2000s, so if that's your cup of tea, go for it. You start out with a slap attack and a double jump at the beginning, and you slowly add more and more and more abilities as you keep playing. Some abilities you get from playing and completing levels, others you get from leveling up naturally. You level up through collecting different amounts of crap. Each level has a whole checklist of stuff for you to get. There's mental cobwebs you can pick up with this thing, there's vaults that show you valuable memories of people's lives, you can help people sort through their emotional baggage. Ha ha ha, ha 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 ha. And you can collect all the figments of imagination in a person's brain. If you're nuts! There are hundreds of these little fuckers. Some move, some are hidden, some are in hard-to-reach places, and some are in areas you'd never think to look. I'd like to give a special little shout-out to this little fairy in Waterloo World. The hell would I ever have any reason to go over here? There's nothing here, at all! No items, no quest stuff, nothing! Why would you do this, for any reason but to torment me? I'd also like to take this time to tell the race in Milla's brain and the whole of Black Velvetopia to go fuck themselves raw with a handful of lettuce. The bright colors of the former help hide the figments at the best of times, and the fact you gotta swirl around in a ball the whole track means you need to fail the level over and over and over and over and over and over and over again in order to get every single one. The latter has a neon on black theme, and it's filled with twisting paths and platforms that make so much as seeing all the figments a pain. These two figments in particular took the most time out of my life to get, and make no mistake. But I needed to get them all to get to the highest possible level so I could complete the game. Why? The Asylum Ascending levels. This crazy little number was what took me down in my second and third playthroughs years ago. My first was because of a glitch in Waterloo World. Raz stopped grabbing onto poles and stuff and made it impossible for it to continue. Trying to get all the brains and the cards and stuff while dealing with the Mickey Mouse Suicide Squad was like trying to pull teeth out with nothing but your buttered fingers. I gave up and then felt bad about it on and off for ages. So this time around, I swore I'd get all the levels I could before attempting in the hopes it would be easier this time around and I could actually do it. And I did do it. That one level up power-up ability that gives you regenerating health was an absolute lifesaver, and make no mistake. Also, I'm an adult now, and not a teenager and kid, so maybe that had something to do with it. Anyways, to do that, I had to collect all the figments of imagination, get every tag and then give it to every bag, get all the psi cards, get all the psi cores, get all the mental cobwebs, find every last item on the camp scavenger list and turn them all in. And this fucking punching minigame that took so goddamn long, and only gave me a single level in response. They didn't even calculate the number of levels you get right. The total collectibles come up to level 100, right? The achievement for total completion is for level 101 because they forgot they gave you a level for doing this minigame because nobody actually completed it because it sucks. Finally completing this punching minigame was an achievement, and no one can tell me otherwise. Anyways, punching minigame and obsessive impossible to find last little items aside, this game is very, very fun. It has a bit of a problem, and then it goes from easy tutorial levels to difficult tests of skill without a soft ramping up of challenge, leaving the difficulty curve more like a difficulty brick wall, but I still love it. The final level was supposed to be a real hard case from what I found online, but I didn't really think so. Maybe it's because it was so overpowered and because it got all the brains back, giving me ludicrous health, but I didn't find it to be too difficult. Yeah, the kid was annoying to listen to, and the final boss was a little counterintuitive to figure out, but other than that, they did patch the levels when it came to Steam though, so maybe that was it. Overall, Psychonauts is a great game. This is the point in the review where I'm supposed to talk about how no one loved it when it came out, and how this is a sign of how crap the times were, and bloody gamers, bloody suck, bloody casual audience, bloody. But nah. It didn't sell great, but it wasn't the total loss everyone declared it to be. Plus, once Double Fine got the rights to put it on Steam, it sold like freaking hotcakes. Over 1 million copies over the course of its lifetime is absolutely nothing to sneeze at. And they're coming out with a sequel. Look, I love Grim Fandango. I actually acquired a copy and played it in the 6th grade, back before the re-release, and despite my total computer illiteracy, because I wanted to play it so much. It's a point-and-click adventure game set in the Aztec/Mexican afterlife, starring a suave Grim Reaper on a 4-year quest across the world. What's not to love? Tim Schafer, the lead director of this game, made Grim Fandango and several other games for LucasArts back in the day, and he founded Double Fine so he could make more games on his own terms. But, well, to be honest, I kind of feel like he's been coasting on LucasArts' glory and this game's word of mouth ever since. Brutal Legend was okay, I guess, but Broken Age was an overhyped and overfunded mess of an experience, and basically giving up on Space DF-9 didn't improve my opinion of the company any. Double Fine announced the Psychonauts 2 in 2015, which is supposed to be coming out next year, and it's looking okay, but I'm not overly hope-filled. I'm not pessimistic either, mind you. I played the inter-equal Rhombus of Ruin on someone else's Vive, and it was fun and wacky and stuff, and, I enjoyed it, but I don't know. Plus, Double Fine got bought out by Microsoft, and that could be good or bad, depending on how the bean counters make them work. I mean, Double Fine's Broken Age debacle showed that they may need someone to keep them focused and on track. Psychonauts 2 was supposed to come out in 2018, and while bad game forever, delayed game temporary, blah-de-blah-de-blah-de, Double Fine has shown themselves to have trouble with deadlines as a sort of intrinsic thing, more due to management than coding requirements. Overall, as far as I can tell, we're on track for a 2021 release, and personally, I'm reserving my opinion as wait and see. Well, that got dark there at the end. Kind of depressing, honestly. No way I can leave it like this. Play Psychonauts. Psychonauts good. Psychonauts great. Psychonauts good and great and great and good, and you should play it. You'll laugh at the jokes. You'll marvel at the level of detail. You'll enjoy the jumping and the combat, and you'll find the whole experience utterly unique. It's a jewel of a game, a diamond in the rough, a classical gem. All those wonderful rock-based metaphors reviewers like to use because they're hacks. This game is good and you should play it so much, so do so! I assure you, you'll not be wasting your time. I mean, any more than video games usually are. Massive wastes of time. Like, comment, subscribe!